probably just go ahead and pop this.
Absolute. Okay, he ran.
Oh my gosh, connection man! Unbelievable! What is going on, Guardians, and welcome back to another Destiny gameplay video. In this video I'm going to be talking about auto rifles, specifically auto rifles in the Crucible. Not so much talking about them in PvE, although I will say, first and foremost, I have had a lot of fun using some ARs in the recent raids that have been refreshed and updated. So I played with a lot of Necrochasm, lots of hard light action, and really enjoying it. So the question that I really want to field in this video is, hey, are auto rifles good now? Like, are they you know, usable at least in the Crucible? Because they certainly used to be not so much that. But anyways, so just to hit the ground running here, I'm going to give you the short answer up front, and then I'm going to expound on it a bit and explain why I think that's the case in the rest of the video. So here's what I would say. Here's my final verdict on auto rifles. It certainly varies from AR to AR, but in terms of the best ones out there for you to use, my opinion is this. They are usable, they are decent, they are not top tier, they have certain drawbacks. The thing about auto rifles, this is the be all end all about auto rifles. They are easy to use and they are decent in any scenario, but there's no one scenario where they are the top dog. So for example, if you get caught in a close range engagement, it really just depends on what the other guy is using. So if the guy happens to be using a hand cannon, guess what? You're probably hosed. The guy with a decent hand cannon shot is going to outgun you almost every time in a close range encounter. So, certainly not going to be playing with these things in sweats where everyone's using hand cannons. For the most part, you're not going to find them to be that effective against a good player with a hand cannon shot who's closing gaps on you. But if you were to catch a player off guard, if you were caught in closer range with someone using a pulse rifle or a scout rifle, you're going to win. Okay, 9 times out of 10 with an AR, you're going to win on that engagement. If you catch a guy with a pulse rifle or a scout rifle in close range engagements. And then there's the flip side of that. Auto rifles are not just decent in close range, they're decent at medium range. And you'll see that in some of the gameplay here, these mid-range engagements with auto rifles. Consistently spraying guys down. Now here's the thing, again, it depends on what the other guy is using. If you're caught in a mid-range engagement against someone using a pulse rifle, then you're probably going to lose. A pulse rifle within its intended range is going to outperform a auto rifle. So you're going to lose that engagement 9 times out of 10 if the guy's using a pulse rifle, or if he's at mid to long range with a scout rifle, obviously you're going to lose that engagement too, because you're probably not going to be landing all of your shots, and you've got a little bit of damage drop off. It's not nearly as severe as hand cannons, which means that they're decent at mid-range. But again, it comes down to what the other guy's using. If you catch a hand cannon user in mid-range, you should be able to put them down. But if they get 4 consecutive shots on you at mid-range, you might die, depending on what that mid-range looks like, where that damage drop off is, where they're standing. But so that's the thing about auto rifles. They're versatile, they are adaptable, they're decent in all scenarios, but they're not top dog in any scenario. That's the thing that stinks. So yes, the short answer is yes, you can use these in the Crucible. They're not bad. You can see Necrochasm melting guys. If you're landing all your shots, man, it's just going to shred. And that's a lot of fun. But here's the thing, close range, hand cannons are going to outgun them. They're going to kill you faster with a hand cannon, and you're going to kill them with an AR, even if you have flawless accuracy. So here's my advice to you. If you are intent on using an auto rifle, then you really want to stay in that sort of close mid-range, not the longer mid-range, but you don't want to be up in their face either if you can help it, because if they got hand cannons, you're hosed. So you really have to, if you're going into close range engagements, save your grenades for those close range engagements so that you can do some priming that way. I say that because more often than not people are running hand cannons. That's the more popular choice, so that's the one that you need to be a little bit more wary about. So save your grenades for your closer range engagements so that you can get a little bit of damage on them ahead of time and not have to worry about trying to outgun someone with a good hand cannon shot. So what ARs are decent? Well, I would say the high rate of fire ones like Atheon's Epilogue, Necrochasm, Hard Light, and Doctrine of Passing. These are some of the top tier ones, as well as Suros Regime is actually pretty good right now. Abyss Defiant without focused fire is decent as well. So I would gravitate towards those ones, but I haven't been able to try everything out so far. But that's my verdict. I hope that it's helpful for you, and hopefully you know whether or not you're going to be using these things now in the Crucible. So thanks for stopping by, guys. I hope to catch you in the Crucible.